Hey guys, Lord Naren White here, the Holy Ghost, the one true God, back with you with the next video in my Baldur's Gate 3 playthrough. Today, continuing Baldur's Gate 3.
She stole the idol of Sylvanas. She must pay the price. We will imprison the...
Please! I'm sorry.
This is madness, Korga. She's just a...
A what, Wrath? A thief? A poison? A threat? I will imprison the devil. And I will cast out every stranger.
You could either say, one of your guards outside said you wanted to see me, here I am. We could do nothing. We could say thief, poison, what's this girl's actual crime? Or we could say imprison her, she's just a child.
She's a parasite. She eats our food, drinks our water, then steals our most holy idol in thanks. Wrath, lock her up. She remains here until the rite is complete. And keep still, devil. Tila is restless.
Come, Korga. We took back the idol. Surely...
Do it.
We could either keep silent, read Kaga's mind, go with our paladin persuasion. I am versed in the ways of justice. Make your case, and I will pass judgment. Or release her. I'll see that she stays out of trouble. Or don't druids cherish harmony? Jailing the girl disrupts nature's balance. Let's go with the paladin persuasion. Nice.
Very well. I'll defer to your ruling. My circle has offered grace to these outsiders. We gave them shelter from storm. We nourished their bellies. In return, these devils lured in a horde of goblins. And their spawn stole the one relic that might keep us safe. We've taken back our relic. But I will keep the fiend caged till our protection rite is complete.
Now we'll say, what do you have to say for yourself, child?
I was scared. They said when the rite was over we'd have to leave. But there's goblins out there and worse. And it's nice here. So I took the idol. I thought maybe then we could stay. Please let me go. I'll be good, I swear.
Well, Paladin, what say you?
We could say, unfortunate but temporary, detain her for only as long as necessary. Or cage the girl, it's a fitting response to the crime she's committed. Or, justice means nothing without mercy, let her go. Or what we will say, which is, return the girl to her family. She's made amends, and you have your relic. We'll pick the second one.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Sif, Tila, to me! Out, thief. My grace has its limits.
It hurts.
Thank you, Korga. Master Halsin...
Halsin isn't here. Keep his name off your tongue, lest Tila pierce it.
We've got some exclamation marks here. Let's talk with our people. My cat Lynx is on
I
the
know
table.
that look. You're wondering why I was in pain before. Let's just clear the air about that now. It's just an old wound that hurts me from time to time. Nothing to be concerned about. It's nothing to do with the tadpoles, at least, in case your imagination is in danger of getting away from you. It's just something I have to live with.
We could say, are you sure it's not connected to the tadpoles? Or what we will say, how badly does it hurt?
Quite a lot, if I'm being honest. But it always passes quickly, so I can manage.
We could say, are you sure it's not connected to the tadpoles? Or we'll say the first one.
Positive. You can trust me on that.
Let's turn to other matters. We'll go ahead and leave for now. And talk with Gale.
Tiring business, isn't it? All this traveling and adventuring. Why don't we take a little break, hmm? Allow ourselves a few moments of rest? Gives me a chance to talk to you about something, well, rather important.
We could either say, whatever it is, do make it brief, or what we will say is rather important, no less. All right, go ahead.
We've been on the road together for a while now, haven't we? Hmm? Survived some perils, overcame some obstacles. Ever since you were kind enough to free me from that stone, I've seen you demonstrate remarkable guile and courage. The way you diffused the tension between Zevlor and Aradin, the way you got Korga to release the girl. In short, I've grown to trust you.
We can either say, can't say the feeling's exactly mutual, or enough with the flattery, where is this going, or that's very gratifying to hear.
The reason I make a point of saying this is that I've grown confident enough to tell you something I've yet to tell another living soul, except for my cat. You see, I have this condition. Very different from the parasite we share, but just as deadly.
Oh, Jesus. We could either say, so you've been lying to me this whole time, wonderful. Or, can it be cured? Or, is it contagious? Or, what kind of condition?
The specifics are rather personal, but suffice it to say that it is a malady I've learned to live with, though not without some effort. What it comes down to is this. Every so often, I need to get my hands on a powerful magical item and absorb the weave inside.
We could either say, are you telling me you're addicted to magic? Or, what happens if you don't consume these artifacts? Or, wouldn't that ruin the item? Or, what kind of items are we talking about exactly? Or, what we will say, which is, your illness causes you to consume raw magic. I'm going to need the details.
I can say no more on the matter. Not now, anyway. Just trust me when I say it's all of vital importance. It's been days since I last consumed an artifact, since before we were abducted. It's only a matter of time before my craving returns. That is why I turn to you. I need you to help me find magic items to consume. It is vital. Dare I say it? Critical.
We could either say, sounds like no condition I've ever heard of. I'd say you're just fishing for loot. Or what we will say, which is, I'd be happy to help. Or, I fail to see why you need me to help you with this. You've done fine so far without me. Or, where do you suggest we find the artifacts you need?
As luck would have it, Faerun is full of them, though I do feel obliged to point out that items of power tend to be in the hands of the powerful. There'll be danger involved, or great cost.
We could either say, honestly, that sounds terrible, I see no upside to this for me. Or, and at the end of all of that, I lose a valuable artifact, no thanks. Or, why exactly would I risk either of those things for a wizard I barely know? Or what we will say, which is, I expected as much. Don't worry, I'm happy to help.
Splendid. Bit of boldness will serve us well. I'm sure we won't have to look very far to find what I need. Faerun overflows with magic-infused treasure. I know the allure magic artifacts hold. I understand their value and their power. All this to say, I understand the sacrifice I ask of you. But if I may be so bold, it's for a very good cause indeed. I hope I can count on you.
Let's talk with these two down here after we save the game.
You did well to speak up for the girl. That snake is fickle. A tragedy prevented.
We can say that Kaga seems dangerous, or, and if I hadn't spoken up, what would have happened? Or, I've heard there's some sort of ritual going on. Or what we will say, which is, Paladin, I swore an oath to stop terrible deeds like that. Monsters like her.
Well seen. Well spotted. We've let a snake replace our leader.
We could either say, I'm looking for Nettie, or how did Kaga take over the whole grove, or what we will say, which is, Kaga seems happy to rule the roost. Who's your real leader?
Master Halsin. Perhaps Goblin caught, perhaps dead. He'd set Mistress Korga back in line. Hold her to task, stop this damned ritual. More will die if the rite is finished. So many more, sent into a world gone mad.
We could either say, sounds like I'd better leave, that doesn't sound very good. Or I'm looking for Nettie, or if no one's looking for Halsin, I could do it.
Would you? I would give anything to see Halsin return home.
We could either say, never mind, I'm not interested, or I'd like a more solid offer than anything, or no need to fret, I'll find him.
Sylvanus' blessing upon you, and my gratitude as well. Halsin is an elf with the presence of a bear. He left west with the adventurers. You won't mistake the first druid for anyone else. Come, Silver. Stay close.
Please leave. Our hospitality has limits, and they were crossed long ago.
He doesn't seem like he's a friend. So there's Nettie. We'll talk with Nettie in a second. First, let's talk with Kaga. Look at this beautiful art here. Let me get a better angle. Look at that beautiful art there. Wow. Absolutely glorious. So beautiful.
Go on. Say it. You think I'm a monster?
We could say, honestly, I just wanted to see what would happen, or you're protecting your own. Sometimes cruelty is required, or only a monster would threaten a child. Let's go with the middle ground on this one.
First you urge grace, then you speak truth. You surprised me twice over. A shame the grace period ends. The Viper's fangs have been bared. She must guard her brood. No matter. I took back the idol of Sylvanus, and the rite is resumed. We will seal the grove, free from harm, free of intruders.
We could either reach for our weapon, or do what you want, it's none of my concern, or Zvelar believes his people will perish on the road, or this rite must be born of powerful magic. We'll pick the second.
And mine perish if he stays. You showed great mettle at the gate. The mettle of a skilled sword for hire. I want you to provide your services to Zevlor. Offer to guide the Outlanders out of the grove. I'm sure they'll reward you well. They're to be gone before final prayer. If they are not, the Viper must strike.
We could say, prattle all you want, the refugees aren't my concern. Or what we will do, which is, then it seems best I speak. Then it seems I'd best speak to Zevlor.
You will do more than speak. This tale ends but one way. With the Outlander rot cleansed, and the grove forever shrouded.
Kaga's chest? I don't think we should steal anything. I would like to not steal actually in this playthrough, so... Let's talk here.
What will the tieflings want next? Letting the Hellchild go was a mistake.
This will all be over. The ritual's almost finished.
What if they tried to steal from us? The game. We've shown them what.
Speaking of stealing, we're obviously not doing any of that.
I see you. Just give me a moment.
We could either say, excuse me, I'm more important than some bird, or Is there anything I can do to help, or let's wait patiently?
Res medicatrix. There. It's up to her now. Life or death. Now, what was it you needed?
You could either say, healing, looks like I came to the right person, or I need help now, or I'm looking for Nettie.
You found her, but I still don't know what she can do for you.
You could either say, healing as soon as possible, or do you know anything about mind flayers, or I hear Halsin's the best healer around. I need to find him. We'll pick the second.
Why are you asking?
We could either say, humor my curiosity, or something crawled into my eye, or no good way of putting this. I have a tadpole in my head. We'll pick the first one.
A tadpole? A mind flayer tadpole?
We could either say, actually, never mind, I'll get help elsewhere, or what other kinds are there? It's not like a frog hopped in my eye. Or, you know of them, can you help me?
I'll do what I can. Come, follow me. I might be able to help. We need to be quick. This way. This one had the same problem as you. Attacked us in the woods together with some goblins. Tadpole crawled out of his head soon after.
We'll say, is everyone being captured by mind flayers these days? I didn't think it was a common experience. Or, so you killed him and laid him on the table? Or, I'm hoping for a less grave cure. Or, the drow and I have the same kind of parasite? We'll pick the fourth one.
Rather too common as of late. At least that's what Master Halsin suspected. A pity you got me instead of him. He understands these things. Studied them. Still, we have options. You don't have to be here for this.
No, I'll stay. I'd rather know exactly what you're up to.
All right. Let's see what we can do.
We'll say, just hurry up and cure me, I don't have to chat, or thank you, I'll take anything that can help, or what's that plant, will it help?
She shifts uneasily, hesitating. Something's off.
It might. But first things first. Tell me about your symptoms. Have you noticed anything strange happening?
I'm gonna pause here for a second to look up interesting. So, I don't think Nettie can be trusted from what we're saying. Well, we can say it might. What aren't you telling me? Or, I can merge my mind with anyone else that's infected. Or, I fell from the ship in the sky, but something caught me. It saved my life. Or, an intellect devourer spoke to me as if I were one of its own. Or no, nothing strange, I just want it out of my head. We'll pick option number 2.
Victims can identify each other. Not that the others know they're victims, of course. How'd you pick up the parasite? Halsin was desperate to find where all this was happening.
We can say, look, are you going to cure me or not? Or, you're asking a lot of questions. Or, I don't know, I just woke up with it. Or, what we will say, which is, on a mind flayer ship, I was kidnapped and infected.
A mind flayer ship? But Master Halsin was sure. Look, You've been straight with me, so I'll be straight with you. You're dangerous. If you transform here, we're all dead. But you seem like a good soul. You deserve a chance to save yourself. This is a vial of wyvern poison. Swear to me, you'll swallow it if you feel any symptoms.
We could say, no, I'm not taking a poison from a woman I can't trust. Or, alright, hand it over. Or, I swear. Or, what we will say, which is, I thought you could cure me. What about that branch of yours? You probably have figured out that Nettie wasn't gonna cure us.
The thorn? Coated in a fatal toxin. It was a last resort, in case I couldn't trust you. I don't have a cure. Only a way out. I'm sorry for misleading you, but I had to be sure you weren't a threat before I told you everything. Now, do I have your word or not?
We'll say, alright, hand it over.
Swear it.
We'll say, I swear.
I hope it doesn't come to that, but thank you. Here. You know, I've spent my life treating folk and never once saw a mind flayer infection. Then suddenly, there's dozens of you. Maybe more. Master Halsin and I were tracking them, studying them, trying to figure out what the hells was going on. Because you should all be changing. There should be a small army of mind flayers out there. But you're not. Weird powers aside, you seem perfectly normal.
We'll say, just tell me if there's a cure or not. Or, you must have learned something from studying them. Or what we will say is, what do you mean should be changing?
Mind flayers reproduce by infecting someone with their parasite. 7 gruesome days later, the victim transforms and a new mind flayer is born. The thing in your skull, though, it's different to anything in our records. It's one of their worms for sure. But this one gives you powers. Telepathic connections. And it doesn't turn you into one of them. Not yet, anyhow.
We'll say, so you said you were tracking other victims. Did they change? Or, that's good news. Or, so you think it's only a matter of time? We'll pick the third one.
Hard to say, but there's a lot we don't know. Infected, folks like you, have been converging on an old temple of Selûne. And I've no idea why. When Master Halsin heard the adventurers were heading that way, he saw a chance to get answers. Joined on the spot. Whatever he found there, he didn't make it back.
We could say, you still think he's alive, or so go and get him, or what do you want me to do?
The thing is, I've sent birds to find him, but the place is rotten with goblins. None of us can even get close. You, though, you're one of them. Technically speaking, I mean. They won't kill someone carrying their parasite. If you can find Halsin and get him out of there, we can discover what he learned. And perhaps he can save your life. How's that sound?
Sounds good to me. We could either say, that sounds like suicide, I won't do it, which obviously we're not going to say. We could say, you're sure he can cure me? Or, it sounds like you're making a lot of assumptions that could kill me. Or what we will say, which is, alright, I'll find Halsin.
Thank you. It would mean everything to the Grove. To me. I wish I could tell you more. But only those adventurers know what happened out there. All I can say for sure is they all went to the old temple of Selûne. And Master Halsin didn't make it back. Good luck out there. And if things start to go bad, remember the vial. Remember your oath.
Thanks, Nettie.
Step at a time, Nettie. Come on.
Wyvern poison. It's lethal stuff. Let's hope we won't have to sample its delights.
Better a quick draft than ceramorphosis, nonetheless.
As something of a potential would-be mind flayer myself, couldn't agree more.
Let's go return to Arabella's parents first, and then we can either pursue Save the Refugees, the Githyanki Creech, or we have two other options here. Hunt down Karlach, or investigate for the Druid Halsin. It clearly seems that, considering this path is not there, the only real way forward is this way. Find the Githyanki Creech, or return to Zevlor. So what we'll do is, we'll go and first talk with Arabella's parents, and progress through the quest items, the quests from there.
Get us out of here safely. Not yours.
It's my job too.
You ever scare me like that again, and I'll feed you to a gnoll.
Mom, I'm fine. Stop it.
Our little Hellion told us what happened. Thank you. Don't know what we'd do without her.
We could pick no more light-fingered antics, right, Arabella? Or this could have ended badly. Keep her in line from now on. Or I saved your daughter. Got anything more than a thanks from me? Or what we will say, which is, I hope we'll meet again under better circumstances.
Likewise. Arabella?
Thank you for helping me.
Take care, Arabella.
I was fine.
Your mother was a heartbeat away from fighting a bear.
Isn't that how Mum usually is?
Quiet, you pup.
Let's see if we can talk to Gale about that item we just got. Let's look at the journal and actually say here, Wizard, Gale told us we should keep any suitable items close at hand. Okay, so we have one actually, so that's good. And now, what's the next thing we can do? Let's go see, maybe, do we want to talk with Amek, or? I'm not sure. I'm not sure that's particularly relevant. But what is relevant is we either save the refugees, which is certainly a good option, or we find the Githyanki Creech. So looking at what we have here, we have at least some spells, which is good. So that's good. And the
waiting's getting to me. If we left.
How about Gale? How many spells does he have? He has something at least.
No time to dally.
Shadowheart looks like she's full up on spells, which is really good. And Astarion, he even has some spells, which is amazing. I said we just go for it.
Blood.
Oh.
No, never mind. Wonder if the gods are watching me.
Let's talk with Zevlor.
Swing. One more time.
And we will do that at the start of next week's video. And so with that, I want to go ahead and say thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, and subscribe, as it greatly helps the channel. Light to be with you all. Take care, and thanks again.